From Somebody Feed Phil, the book. One thing I've learned after eating things all over the world. A dish never tastes the same at home as it does when you're traveling, because it's all connected. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the people you're with, the experience. All are connected to your tongue. So the best thing that could come from this book is that at some point you drop it and call your travel agent. Hope you brought your travel appetites today, ruffians. We are going for a ride around the world. I'll be your captain, so honestly, good luck to us all. My co-captain and BFF Ariel is here, and that is enough today.
That's all I have to offer.
Our Supreme Overlord Carla will be your stewardess, so buckle in and be sure to mark that there are no exits until the plane has landed.
Well, there are, but, they're not real safe.
We are recording from our library in Jackson County, West Virginia. Zach, our very own passenger princess, is joining us from Seattle, Washington.
So are the drinks complimentary, or do I actually have to pay for those?
Amazing. So coming up in our library, we have toddler story time. There are multiple time slots open for the next 6 weeks, so be sure to call, stop in, or message our Facebook page to get signed up. And it's for ages 18 months to 4 years. And again, that's in Ripley. Woo! Kids Club will be having a slime night in Ripley on October 8th at 6 p.m. We're always accepting new kiddos, so be sure to sign up your 5 to 10-year-old aged kids. I don't know, that doesn't sound right, but whatever. So they can join a great club where they'll always be doing something fun. The teens in Ravenswood on the same night will be making a profile woodcraft, and that'll be at 5 p.m. And then Ravenswood Adult Crafts will be making a Halloween wreath starting at 6 p.m., also on October 8th. That's a busy day. Then we're going to do a new Ripley Adult Craft, and that will be painting candles on October 10th at 6 p.m. And I'm mad I'm going to be working and not attending.
I'm so sorry.
As always, we have Mommy and Me. It's still going strong every Friday in Ravenswood at 12 p.m. It's for moms with babies up to 1 year old. So today we're going to discuss Somebody Feed Phil, the book. This is one of my very favorite shows. I discovered it, a year or two ago. And it has just been like the most fantastic. And I love watching Phil. He's very wholesome, very funny. I don't know if anybody has ever watched Everybody Loves Raymond, but he wrote that book. It's based on parts of Raymond's life, but then Raymond's parents are based on Phil's parents. It's just very funny and witty and sarcastic and everything in between. So Phil is a big foodie, and for anybody that knows all of us, so are we. So naturally, when I found this show and I saw all the different places he goes all around the world, and Phil talks about it in the beginning. He always wanted to make a food show. He said he wanted to be like Anthony Bourdain, who is scared of everything. And that's hilarious to me because I also love Anthony Bourdain. So, he grew up as a child of immigrant Jewish parents who escaped the Holocaust, and they lived in the city for a while, and then they moved to the suburbs because the city was too busy and too scary for them, really. And they never did anything adventurous. Phil talked about, travel and different food was never a thing that they experienced. And I think the first time, he says, delicious meals and travel were not priorities in our house. Safety and affordability were. But my parents did buy Time Life Books, The Great Cities series, 25 volumes highlighting incredible places. Athens, Venice, Paris, Istanbul, San Francisco. They intended for Richard and me to use them as a geographic encyclopedia. And that kind of is like where his love for wanting to go places started. But he really didn't get to experience anything like that until he went to Florida. No, Florence.
Same thing.
Same
right?
thing, yeah,
same
exactly.
thing. Yeah. I'm so done. But yeah, and I think he said the first time he ever had anything different that was not something his parents made or like Jewish by nature was a new Mexican place in the city. And they went and they had quesadillas. That's it. Chicken quesadillas. He said, my life was changed. I was like, same.
I mean, chicken quesadillas are good, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love a quesadilla.
Wait,
He
how old was
basically
he when he
said-
got chicken quesadillas?
He was, I don't know. I think he was like in his 20s or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
He was talking about it. He talks about it in the first episode of his show. And it's so funny. Actually, I don't think it was the first episode. It was his Mexico, possibly. Anyway, he was not very cultured. And he said once he had that was like the first time he really was like, I really need to get out and do things. And he said that like for, I think a solid year, he and his friend, that's all they made was chicken quesadillas at home.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, it was the simplest thing, but it was the wildest because I had never had anything like it.
Like, what's for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, chicken quesadillas.
Yeah. So in the show, he travels all around the world, and Phil is a very big people person. You can tell that from really the first 3 minutes of any of his episodes. He always has a friend where he's going, and it's usually just somebody that he has met in his travels elsewhere. And like he has never met a stranger. In the show, he will walk up to people who are around him eating, and he'll be like, hey, are you enjoying this? Let me get a whole bunch for everybody else here. And then they all just sit and eat it together and laugh and joke, and like it's wild. And all of his they say they call the people that he travels around each city with fixers because they're locals and they know where all of the good spots are and they have the connections with the chefs and everything. And sometimes they are chefs. And so you get to see the culture. You get to see what locals actually eat. You get to see the thoughts and the culture behind all of the food that they make. And you also get to see actual real life people because it's not scripted. And Phil talks a lot about this. Traveling opens up your world and makes you understand that people are not all the same everywhere, and they're also not what you're shown. And I think he likes to make a big point of that because, he goes places and he always says, I had preconceptions about what this place would be like, and it's not at all like that at all. It's welcoming. People are friendly. People are working together. And in the book, he talks about specifically, he goes to Israel at one point, which, right now there's a lot going on there. And he says, you walk around and you see that normal people are working together. They're living together. They are making everything work. They accept each other. And that's not what we're shown. Obviously, right now, it's a lot different than in the book, but it just makes it that much more sad, in my opinion. But Phil is a very big champion of people and loving people and just, being a good dude. So this book essentially talks about all of the stops in his first season. And there's a couple of recipes from each. So he has, I think, 21 episodes in the first season. And I think most of them, I think there's like 3 or 4. Some of them, there's just 1 or 2. And some of these are the actual recipes and some of them are not, because sometimes chefs don't want to share their like super top secret things. So he usually has a friend that's like, here's something similar. And it's like as close as we're going to get. So his first episode, he starts out in, let me scroll back up here. That's a lot. Okay. So he starts out in Bangkok and he talks about how he was really expecting so much different than he got. I think they start out like the first scene that they shot was a scene on the boat market that they have. And essentially You get on a boat and they prepare you food. It's like a taxi also. It's like super cool and chaotic because they had to have another boat for the cameraman. There was also cameramen on shore. And then he was also eating and like trying to talk to the guy preparing the food. And he said it was absolute chaos. And yeah, but he said that was some of the best food he'd ever eaten. And so, there's two recipes for Bangkok. And they really do, they go into how to make, how to find, and like how to care for the food that you're making. Because they do more than just cook in these shows. Like they really talk about the love that they put into their food, and why everybody loves it so much. Episode 2, he goes to Saigon, which is in Vietnam. And hey, quit that. Go back. Sorry, everybody. There are 4 recipes in that. And one of them is called Vietnamese coffee. And this one sounds so cool. So in Saigon, they brew the coffee right into your cup. So the grounds go into this metal filter called a fin, and you pour the hot water and the coffee drips into your cup. They add sweetened condensed milk, and so it's basically a coffee milkshake. And Phil goes on to say, I like my coffee black, but wherever I am, I always try something the way the locals prefer it at least once. He says, get a fin or pour over coffee maker, put some coffee grounds into the drip filter, add some hot water, then add a little sweetened condensed milk and some ice if you like it cold. Which, I mean, that doesn't sound very crazy. So I really want to do that.
It's real good. They have there's a Vietnamese coffee place just down the street from me. I have a pour over coffee maker as well, but there's also just straight up a Vietnamese coffee place down the road.
Because he's pretentious.
It is good coffee though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do this.
It's good, but I'm not sure that it's good enough to wake up early enough and do that.
It only takes 10 minutes to make.
10 minutes too long of standing over you have to grind them, and then you have to measure them, and then you have to like tamp it down.
When I visited, I made ground coffee every morning.
Yeah.
No.
Because I had to make the coffee.
And it was better,
Auntie
right?
A it was really good.
I made Zach come back over and make the coffee.
You got this, I'm not doing it.
I did. He came over every morning and made coffee. I was not going to make it myself.
I did.
Nope.
I made it. There's no way I was waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. So episode 3, he's in Tel Aviv, which is the Israel episode. And he says, the Tel Aviv episode was one of the more personal ones for me, being Jewish. We all probably have some conflict about how we feel about our own people. And he goes on to talk about he had been there before as a younger kid. I say kid. He said his first trip reminded him of Hebrew school. So he was on tours the whole time. So he didn't get to experience anything that he wanted to do. He says, many tours are a good idea, a half-day tour here and there. You want the inside scoop on a castle or an architectural wonder or the food at the market. But to be on tour the entire time, I would say that's a mistake. You're at the whims of someone's agenda, so the agenda is never going to be exactly what you want. So he says, I'm so glad I went back. When you love something for your reasons and not somebody else's, you get it. That's what happened in Israel. There are 5 recipes from Tel Aviv, and I'm not going to highlight a lot of these recipes just because they are pretty in depth. Like if you wanted to make, I think there were 5 or 6 of them that I looked through that I could easily do myself at home. But there are some of them I would definitely like to try, but they would take a lot of effort.
I mean, the fish one for this one,
yes,
Yuri's Mediterranean fish,
yeah.
It starts with gut the fish.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're talking about fresh.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of the food is prepared very fresh in most of these places. Oh, Phil has a recipe in this one called Phil's Duck Stew. And I think this actually is his recipe, which is pretty cool. Let me see. Then we go to Lisbon in episode 4. And we have 6. We have 6 recipes in Lisbon. And he didn't say anything that super stuck out to me in Lisbon. However, a lot of the recipes from Lisbon I would love to try. There's this thing called the Holy Burger, and it's like a little meatball essentially, but it's a burger. They top it with an egg yolk, and I think what else is on it? Like a little bit of
pepper or tomato or something.
Yeah.
Roasted bell pepper.
Yeah. Pickled cherry peppers or roasted bell pepper. Yeah. Cool. And it looks really interesting.
I love egg yolks, but I just don't think I could do that one. I could take the egg yolk off.
What is it called? So I can Google it.
The Holy Burger.
The Holy Burger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the final recipe in this one, I definitely want to make. It's dark chocolate mousse with caramelized hazelnuts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds delish.
I don't know why you're looking at the book like you cook anything.
I like to look.
That was rude, dang.
I gotta find what I want other people to cook for me. That is what it is. Here, this is the recipe I want.
Just order it up like a chef at a restaurant.
Yeah, well. If it only worked like that, that'd be amazing.
That would be, actually.
Hey, man, I'm usually pretty good about it. If y'all are I let Mallory pick the soups this time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she did. Let me see. Episode 5 was New Orleans, and
I'm a food person, so you name a place, I'm going to think of some food that goes with it.
I think you and Phil would be great friends.
Because you said New Orleans, and I thought, man, I bet their food's delicious.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it does bring up the question. You said New Orleans, and I say New Orleans.
Yeah.
Which
and
is the
you're both
correct
wrong.
way?
I think
Nolans.
Nolans, yeah.
Yeah, it's Nolans.
That's how they say it, yeah.
Nolans.
They got
as one word.
Yeah, pretty
Nolans.
much.
Basically, yeah.
Nolans.
That's fun.
I found a recipe from New Orleans I could do.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the collard green melt.
Mm-hmm.
The sandwich.
Nolans.
There are 7 recipes from Nolans.
I like collard greens.
They have fluffy omelet, pasta bordelaise, Emily's red beans and rice.
I love beans and rice.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I need to go to places and just.
Same.
I see. It's I just want to go to New York to eat the food. I don't care about seeing the Statue of Liberty or nothing like that. I just want to go buy a hot dog from a cart.
Yep. No, seriously, that's his biggest thing. He's like, I love going to eat at restaurants, but street food is the best food you'll ever get. He's like, I have to find street food everywhere I go.
We've never even made it to Hillbilly Hot Dogs.
I
want to go to New York.
Yep. The carts are worth it, though, in New York City.
I want to go.
So episode 6 is Mexico City, and this is the one. He said he had a lot of preconceived notions about what it would be like, and it just was completely different. And he said, I am reminded every time I go somewhere, I think I know how it's going to be, that it is absolutely not that way at all. So there are 3 recipes from Mexico City, and 2 of them are quesadillas.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. I think that is the cutest thing. Episode 7 is Venice, which is one of my favorite places. That was my favorite place in Italy, personally.
I don't know. Venice was more of a tourist trap than anything to me.
It is.
And it was like 1,000,000 freaking degrees when I went.
Mm-hmm.
And everything smelled like trash and fish.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. However, it really was the vibes for me.
Though.
Like I was not expecting. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and I went in high school, so obviously I didn't get to experience anything as an adult. I would love to go back to Italy. I loved Italy.
I bought my mom
so
a
much.
Venetian mask.
But
Yep.
I still have it.
I have one in my room. Yeah,
I spent way too much money.
She did.
Yep, same. It's gorgeous.
But you know what? When were you gonna? When was you
When
gonna
in
go?
Venice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't expecting to like Venice nearly as much as I did. I did not want to leave. It's just very, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like whimsy.
Yeah, I could see Whimsy. And I think nightlife there would be nice.
Yeah.
Going in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
During the day. And then going to a glass blowing factory and watching them do that in like 1,000,000,000 degrees heat.
Yep.
It's not the vibes.
It's
not the
it's
vibes.
not. However, the rest of it was.
Italy was my favorite country, though.
Yeah. Mine too, which I was expecting.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It was delicious. I was so excited to go.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they're going to have good pizza and good pasta. And the very first day we were there, they gave us Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo. I ate mine and I ate the person next to me. And then I got seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because she didn't like it. And I was like, give it here. And then they were like, does anybody want seconds? I was like, me! I basically starved through France, okay?
I actually liked France's food, too. We had a lot of crepes, though, so...
we didn't. Yeah. We had, like, a lot of fish, a lot of salmon, and stuff like that, and I was just not...
A lot of crepes, a lot of bread.
We had bread, and that's what I lived off of in France, because I was like, I'm not eating salmon. That's disgusting. I hated it. I still don't like salmon, though.
I do like salmon.
Yeah. Salmon?
I will say, I was expecting to like...
No, I don't.
Crazy
do you not remember the salmon cakes Mama used to try to force us to eat?
They were good.
They were pretty
Stink
good.
up the whole house.
They didn't smell great. Yeah, this is true, but...
I mix salmon in with my crab when I make that sushi bake, and that's the only way I can stomach it.
Interesting.
So in Venice, one of the there are, I think I counted five recipes, and one of them specifically is just Parmesan and champagne. And this is what Phil says about it.
That's my meal, girl dinner.
And I'm assuming it's not grated Parmesan. It's
They're the best protein bars you can get.
Phil says, good Parmesan is one thing I always bring back when I go to Italy. It comes in those vacuum sealed bags, so you can throw it in your suitcase under the socks. Oh, I have a great pairing for you. Parmesan and champagne. It's my little hack. It blew me away the first time I tasted them together. I love showing this to chefs and watching their faces when they try it. It's my one contribution to the culinary arts. Get out a really big piece of Parmigiano Reggiano. It's got to be the good stuff. Open a bottle of champagne. Say, Phil was right.
Okay, but like, how come we didn't bring that in today?
That's all.
I need some champagne.
I should know about it. It's like, how would I have known?
We should order some of these. I know for a fact that you can order the bagels in one of these episodes, and I do want them because
we could have a whole podcast and let's just trying these foods.
Yeah,
we need to order them this week, so next Friday we can do that.
Yeah, I'm so ready. You have no idea.
Since I haven't read anything, that could be a possibility.
Yes.
Okay, so we're moving on to Dublin, and I loved this episode so much.
Is there potatoes involved?
Yeah.
There better be.
There's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes in Dublin. So there's like a lot of recipes in this one. There's like kale, sunflower seed, Irish butter. Yeah. There's pink squirrel. Kind of suspicious, but okay. Pixelated porridge. Pink squirrle. Yeah, okay.
They can't even say squirrel.
I know.
I've heard it.
Squirrel.
It's a cocktail.
Okay.
It's a cocktail.
It is, yeah.
Of course it is.
It's so pretty. Oh, man.
Oh,
We need to make this.
Yeah.
Okay, I need the recipe. Here we go. It's cream day something that I can't pronounce. It's 2 different types of cream liquors that I can't pronounce. Heavy cream and then freshly grated nutmeg.
Okay, I see why you can't pronounce them. Well, the one is creme de cacao.
Well, white cream de... Yeah, I was going to say the cow. Yeah.
Creme de...
Oh, just amaretto. Yeah, basically amaretto, he says. Heavy whipping cream. Yep.
It does look good.
What can I use instead of cream de whatever in a pink squirrel?
Amaretto.
Well, there's a thing on here that says,
oh, okay.
What can you use? But yeah.
I got you.
It says in a pinch.
Yeah.
In a pinch.
It won't have... It won't get the signature pink hue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
what's the point if it's not pink?
Oh, it's literally Dublin I was looking for.
Online.
Exactly the same. What's
right?
the point?
Yeah. What's the point? So another cocktail they have in Dublin is the rhubarb martini, and I want one of these very badly.
I've never
oh my God. Did you read the last sentence of the paragraph for the pink squirrel?
Yeah.
Taste, hand it to someone else, open your whiskey.
Yeah.
I want to know what it tastes like. See, we need a cocktail hour podcast.
That's probably not going to happen.
Phil is one of those people, he will try everything once, and he will let you know if he's not a fan, but he will also be very appreciative anyway that somebody has gone out of the way to do something for him. So he's like, oh, this is fantastic. And then he looks at the camera and he's like, then there's Mary Walsh's currant cake. I think that sounds so good.
I've never had currants either, I don't think.
So
what am I doing with my life?
I don't know.
There's so many foods I've never tried.
So many. Then he goes to Buenos Aires, and the first recipe is a Negroni. Also a drink. Phil is honestly our people.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You should have emailed him.
Yep.
Maybe we could have got him
might.
to bring us stuff.
I think I still might.
Anyway. Do it.
So there's how to eat an empanada, which is funny. He literally just talks about
take
the
a
best
bite,
way to eat it.
Take a bite and do the reverse blow because it's honestly molten lava inside there.
Yeah, they're kind of hot. They're always way too hot, especially if you get them fresh.
I've never had one that's not like lava.
I actually don't even know what they taste like because I burnt my mouth so bad every time.
Yep.
I saved this recipe that's because it's very funny. It's called the Summer Explosion, and the chef that created it calls it, I'm sorry, we're going to have to bleep me, but you fruit salad. This is what they say. At the restaurant, we serve this salad in bowls with layers of the curd and white chocolate cream beneath the fruit, but you can serve the curd and cream on the side. Play around with the different creams, curds, ganaches, and toppings, and of course, have fun with different fruits of this season or region. No apples or bananas.
I would hate that, honestly.
Look how good it looks.
It's beautiful. I was looking in the book.
Okay,
it's beautiful.
Yeah. I think it looks delish.
You just have to scrape all the fruit aside and eat the chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want the curd and the cream, but not that fruit. That's disgusting.
Raspberries and peaches?
I could do raspberries.
There's even figs.
I don't like peaches.
Even figgies.
I don't know that I've ever ate a fig just by a fig. I think I've had fig jam and stuff like that. But
so episode 10, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 recipes, and I think I said Copenhagen already, but that's where he is.
I don't think you did.
Oh, okay. Episode 10, we're in Copenhagen, and there are, let me see, cod skin tacos with mussel tomatilla salsa, pork. You know what? I can't say that one, so we're just going to pretend. With rhubarb
Y'all
relish.
always laugh at me because I'm like, I can't say that.
I didn't watch this one specifically, so I forget how to pronounce it. It's been 7 seasons ago.
It kind of looks like a smorgasbord.
It kind of does.
It's not.
It's not. This is, I think this is
let me
what it looks
see
like.
it.
I think that's it.
It looks pretty.
It does. I also would definitely eat it. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, and then the Rosio and Laura is also a drink. Honestly, Phil is our people. It is, let me see, avocado ice cream, 1 ounce of white creme de cacao, 1 ounce of mezcal or tequila, generous pinch of cricket salt or sea salt, 1 freeze-dried raspberry crumbled, or 1 teaspoon of dried raspberry flakes. And then you just do all the... Oh, it also gives you the recipe on how to make avocado ice cream.
I would drink that.
Yep, me too. And then the butter burger.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious.
Yep, makes 4 burgers. And basically, you just make a burger and then you melt butter on top of it. I mean, kind of like steak, really. I mean...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That made my mouth water.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So, episode 11 is Cape Town. And he only has, I think, actually 2 recipes because My Great Gatsby or How to Ruin a Sweater, I don't think is a recipe. It's him talking with his parents. Yeah. So let me see. Let's go back. There's Phil's Brownies, which I think is another one of his recipes. And then Butterbean Eggplant Curry, which I thought sounded very interesting.
That could be really good.
Yeah. It sounded
Eggplant's weird though. If you don't cook it right, it squeaks on your teeth.
I know. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I tell that to people all the time, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "That's why I don't like eggplant. It tastes fine. I don't mind that.
If you don't cook it right, it'll squeak on your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awful.
Because I've had eggplant Parmesan before, and it squeaked.
Yep.
But not every eggplant Parmesan I've had squeaks.
Yeah.
So I really think it's on how you cook it.
I think so too.
That'd be on how you cook it. I also like it blended up in like a little pasty type stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But I hate the squeaking on my teeth. It drives me absolutely up the wall.
It is a feeling.
Raw onions, I can't stand how they sound in my mouth, and that's why I don't like to eat raw onions. It's not a flavor thing. I cannot stand that crunch. But lettuce
how do they sound?
does the same thing, and I don't mind lettuce.
You just don't like
make that make sense. I think it's because onions are thicker, when you bite into them, so there's more of that sound. But no.
The crunch? You don't like the crunch?
I guess. I don't know.
You eat potato chips.
It's a different crunch. It's a different type of crunch.
I mean, it is a different kind of crunch.
And
but still.
a lot of times with the potato chips, I put them in my mouth and I crush them with my tongue against the roof of my mouth, and then I suck on them until they're soggy, and then I eat them because I don't have I don't have enough teeth.
No, I hate that. I hate that a lot.
My back teeth are all broken. So
gosh.
M&Ms, same thing. I suck on them until they get soft.
But chips.
And then crackers, same way.
Yeah.
But I will eat ice like crazy.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Yeah, well, I'm an enigma.
You just need to stop. This is awful. Don't want to hear any of this.
On to
episode 12 is New York.
New York.
So he
better eat a hot dog.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes in this one. I think he actually has done that a couple. He doesn't have
it in the book.
I don't think a recipe for one.
Right.
There's chocolate egg cream, which sounds
good.
It's weird though. Okay, let me see if I can.
Is it like that egg pudding?
What?
I think.
Okay. What? No, I watched this thing where you take scrambled eggs and you put cocoa powder and some honey or maple syrup or something like that, and you blend it together and it makes a pudding consistency, but it's with eggs and it tastes like chocolate pudding supposedly.
Okay, so anymore. Actually what it is, it's whenever you add seltzer to chocolate syrup and milk. The seltzer causes a chemical reaction that actually makes the drink all frothy and delicious. Even Tracy Morgan was amazed and delighted.
No!
Seltzer to milk?
Ew!
And chocolate syrup.
Syrup.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
absolutely.
but isn't that gonna
call it chocolate egg cream? I don't remember.
Absolutely not.
Milk might make
Squeeze
the
some
milk
foxes, you bet. Chocolate
acid.
syrup. Yeah, I think.
I hate chocolate syrup. I hate it. It's disgusting.
Then fill another quarter of the glass with milk. Okay, so it's basically
disgusting.
Half chocolate syrup and half milk, and then so a quarter and a quarter make up the half.
Yeah,
and then fill another quarter of the glass. Wait, stir until you have chocolate milk. Then slowly add in the cold seltzer. And he says, "Enjoy my heritage."
That's disgusting, and I hate that.
Yeah, I remember the first time he talked about it, I was like, no.
Absolutely not. It's he says it makes it frothy.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's
he says it's like a milkshake.
It's like a float, and that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And you know what? Seltzer does not taste good.
I don't like Teltzer. I don't like Teltzer.
No, I don't like floats.
I don't like seltzer by itself.
I don't like the foamy crap that gets on top of a float with the ice cream and the pop. I think it's disgusting. And I refuse.
I think you're just an odd duck. That's
well, we've
she definitely is.
never said that I wasn't.
So then there's a recipe for roasted honey nut squash, which sounds amazing. Then he also has his mom's 4-star matzo ball soup. So and then there's another matzo ball soup with dill oil. And,
did you say 4-star matzo ball soup?
Yes.
Who rated this?
Probably
I was
Phil.
that's kind of rude. It's I like my mom, but her soup's only 4-star. It's all right.
I think he probably means a restaurant, 4 stars, 4-star restaurant or something. I don't know.
Well, a 4-star restaurant's not that
If
great.
my child ever gives me a 4, you know what my child said last night about my soup? They said it was 100 out of 10. That's the kind of children you need to have.
I thought that was somebody else's soup.
No. That was my soup.
Oh, okay. Because I
did not read the message very well. Clearly.
I see. When you said traders, I thought maybe you meant that they had said something to you about one of your cooking things.
No.
That's what I assumed too.
Oh my god! They're like, Masha, this is 3 stars at best.
That would probably be true. But no, I thought you said a certain male member of.
No.
I read that.
Yeah, no. They said my soup was 100 out of 10. And you know what? If they eat the other soup today and they like it, that's okay because I'm the one who made it.
Oh, well, okay.
I just was showing him how to do it. He's like, how much you put in this? I was like, measure with your heart. I was like, I don't ever measure anything. I don't know why you think that I'm going to start now. You measure with your heart.
Okay, so then we go to episode 13, which is Marrakesh. There are 3.
I thought you were going to say meerkat.
Okay, where is Marrakesh?
Don't
ask me. I'm not a geography major.
It's been.
It looks Middle Eastern kind of.
I think it is
Mediterranean.
Let me see.
I actually don't even know how to spell it.
There's a camp. It's in
Marrakesh.
There's a picture of him on a camel. So I'm gonna guess somewhere in the Middle East.
Marrakesh. Yeah.
That was funny.
Marrakesh is
Oh my gosh.
Morocco.
Oh
Okay.
man, I would. Yeah, I didn't get that one at all.
Okay.
Sina, I remember this episode.
Where's Morocco at?
Top of Africa.
All right. See, there we go.
This is such a pretty episode. So there's like one of the places, and there's a couple of different pictures. I think you can scroll the next couple of pages and see. But there was one part of this episode where he goes to a family's house. I don't remember. I think maybe somebody set him up with this family. I don't think that he actually knew them. Oh yeah, this is them actually. That's him going to their house. You probably have that one, but yeah. And I mean, their house is just on this massive mountain backdrop, and it was gorgeous. And he just could not stop talking about it. And they had all kinds of delicious food that sounded amazing. And I'm so sorry I wasn't there. But so there's Trid, which is, I guess, also called rufsa. It's rarely found in restaurants in Morocco, but beloved in homes. How it's prepared and even served changes between regions and families. It's typically served for special gatherings. The most traditional time is right after a woman gives birth, as it is believed the ingredients will give her strength to recover from labor. Some people add all the cooking broth to the serving dish, while others serve the broth on the side so that people can choose how much extra they want to add. That's pretty cool. It also, look how good it looks.
Oh, it looks really good.
Yeah. And then there is also, come back here. There is also...
Oh my God, that chicken dish looks amazing.
Chicken with preserved lemons and olives.
Yeah.
Like, look at that deliciousness.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now. I maybe should have thought about this. I'm always so hungry in the mornings now, and I don't know why. I hate it. Okay, episode 14 is Chicago. We love Chicago. There is a PB&J pie. I'm out on that one, so sorry. But salumi sauce, which I thought sounded really weird. Bless you. He says, let me see. Oh, wait, not Phil. Sarah Gruneberg. She must be a chef. She says, I love this sauce. It is a quick, flavorful meat ragu inspired by our ragu alla Napolitana, aka the bowl of love that Phil enjoyed at Montverde. The bits of prosciutto and salami elevate the meaty flavor, so it tastes like the sauce took hours to cook on the stove. Our secret, it takes less than an hour. I generally find that I do not need to add any salt or pepper at the end, as the salami adds a delicious umami and seasoning to the sauce. Serve the sauce with your favorite pasta shape, Chicago style. Lots of sauce, lots of pasta. So, that one sounds pretty good.
That does sound good.
Yeah. And then, what else? Oh, that's what it looked like. Look how good that is. Yum, yum. And then prosciutto butter. Also sounds weird. I think I would try
I think it would be good.
Yeah.
On some toast.
This has got sliced prosciutto or country ham, medium organic lemon, unsalted European-style butter, minced chives, minced fresh dill fronds. I can't talk anymore. Freshly ground black pepper. I'm losing it. We're going off the rails.
You're hungry.
On a crazy train.
Yeah.
There's your hot dog thing.
Oh, yeah, the foot-long Chicago dog. Yeah.
Is that the one with the pickle on it?
Yes.
8 dill pickle spears.
Yeah.
Ooh,
This makes 4 hot dogs.
What else goes on a Chicago dog?
Tomatoes.
I would not do
Let me
that.
see.
Onion.
Well, I think it's kind of like it's almost like it's not really a salsa, but it is. I don't know, because they also do like sport peppers, pickled sport peppers.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. He says such as Vienna, sweet pickle relish, and then, mustard, kosher salt, and celery salt.
Would I try it? Yes. Would I like it? I don't really know.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of tomatoes on it. It's just like a salsa.
I
might be able to do it
kind
then.
of really, that's definitely
Tomatoes,
more like
another no food.
it. Weird.
I can't even stand the smell of a tomato
I
plant.
love tomatoes.
They do have a strange smell to them.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. I think it's the word you're looking for.
Well, it is a nightshade, so maybe.
Episode 15 is in London. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 different recipes here. And I've just lost what I was going to say. But there's like the best toasty, which sounds delicious. That's not the one I wanted. The best toasty is... Okay, so basically a toasty is just grilled cheese.
Yeah.
For people who don't know. And he says, Phil says, the guy he meets to eat the toasty has worked for years at Neal's Yard, one of the world's best cheese stores, which happens to be right around the corner from the market. This guy sampled every combination of cheese to find the best for his grilled cheese sandwich.
I love that man.
Me too.
I'm going to marry.
He puts more cheese than seems possible on the best sourdough bread, which he also spent years searching for from Paris Bakery.
That's my love language. Cheese.
And then he toasts up the sandwich so the cheese gets perfectly melted and the fat oozes out. The best. Here's my take. Spread some good salted butter on 2 slices of day-old sourdough sandwich bread.
I'm sorry, but no, it's mayonnaise. He's wrong.
Good salted butter is good salted butter.
He is wrong.
Chop up the thinnest slice of red onion, a little green onion or baby leek, and some garlic and mix those together. Put a thin layer of that on 1 slice of bread. Mound a giant handful of shredded aged cheddar, Neal's Yard, on top. Heat up a panini press and cook the sandwich for a couple of minutes until the cheese has just melted. Don't press down on the top of the panini. What? Panini. Press too hard or the cheese will come out. And then eat that while you look at flights to London. So, yeah.
Oh, God, I would just eat that. That would take all my attention.
Yep. Then there's his wife, Monica's martini called the Vesper. So there's a recipe for that.
Nice.
Yeah, we love Monica. Monica is actually... have you guys seen Everybody Loves Raymond, the show?
Yeah.
Raymond's brother's wife.
Oh, I can't picture her right now, but...
Let me see if I can Google her really quick.
I can Google her.
Monica Rosenthal.
Okay.
I was hoping the asparagus soup was in here, but it's not.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, I mean, I'm thinking about making some asparagus soup, and we'll see if we can. Okay, I remember her now.
That one. I don't like asparagus, so I'm out.
No, it doesn't have an asparagus taste. I don't know what it is
all the time.
It is just like,
never get past it.
I would have stabbed somebody.
Oh, it was so good.
So the last one I'm going to talk about for London is chili fried chicken. This does not sound like a London recipe,
no, it
and
doesn't.
I think it's actually because the chef is not from London, technically. Naveed Nasir. That's what they had whenever they went to Dishoom King's Cross, which it's an Indo-Chinese favorite. So he kind of like brings together all of these flavors from not London.
Isn't that called fusion?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
And the recipe sounds delicious. It looks delicious. I would definitely eat the whole thing.
Yep. I'd be eating that.
Yep. So kind of like, Indian fusion-ish. Episode 16 is Soul. And this was a really cool episode because they talked about immigrants from North Korea who escaped North Korea to go to South Korea, and how, especially close to the border, there are spots that are like North Korean and South Korean. Mm-hmm. And so like the fusion of foods there is really crazy too. And I remember watching that episode the first time. I did cry a little bit.
Aww.
It was emotional just because the fixer he was with, was a woman, and she talked about her parents, and I don't remember the full story. I just remember I was like, oh my gosh, no, quit that. But it looked delicious.
Yeah.
Like I really, really, really.
Okay, I know what you were saying, but it really sounded like you were saying that her parents looked delicious. Oh. Like you were going to eat them.
Well, I don't know. But they
got you all emotional.
Oh my God, you worry me.
I've been around you too much. Cannibalism. No, but there's like Korean army stew, and they talk about the reason they call it that. And then there's North Korean potato dumplings, and I'm not even going to try to say the last one, but everything that he did while he was in South Korea looked amazing. And they had like obviously different levels of spice, and Phil likes spice too, so we love that. We love that for us. Episode 17 is Montreal, and this is where I want to get the bagels from. He ships them out specifically because of Phil's show.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I love
See,
that for us.
Okay, the library does need to order those at least.
Yes. So the first one is Joe's Bagel, and Joe is the one who owns this bagel shop. You can't have a Joe's Bagel without one of Joe's Bagels. Another reason to go to Montreal. By the way, you can now order St. Viture's bagels online, which I do. So you split it open, the sesame seed bagel, toast it if you want, spread ricotta cheese on the inside, and then top the cheese with fresh figs and eat it.
Yeah.
I just think that sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
Ricotta and fig would be good together.
Put that together.
That would be good together, though. I wouldn't have thought of it.
I think so, too. And then he also has, obviously, another drink recipe. This one's called a rum. Well, it might just be rum, but it's RHUM, sour. And this one has a Scotch bonnet syrup, so it's a spicy drink.
Woo! Okay. She could not drink it.
Yep,
No,
but
I'm going to have to pass on that one. Or just leave the syrup out.
So then they do Cubano and Martin's maple pie. And then he has his dad's favorite kind of bagel, which is just like the typical salmon and capers. I forget what that.
Have you ever ate capers?
Yeah.
I like capers.
I do too.
Yeah. When I first heard capers, I thought fish, and it has nothing to do with fish.
No.
Those are kippers, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they more like peas or something like that?
Kind
It's
of.
a shade.
They're
They
kinda
don't
like
really taste like peas.
No, they're like
No.
it's like a bud instead of a seed.
I don't know that I've ever ate a caper.
Oh man, I don't.
They're good.
They come
They
on
almost
like a
taste kinda like-
lemon, chicken sorts of things a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know that I've ever ate one.
The closest thing I could think of that you could relate him to would be an olive, but that's not
Ooh.
really right either.
Yeah.
I love olives.
Yeah. Oh man, they're so good. What do they call that? Is it bagels and lox or something
Yeah.
like that? Okay. I was like, I know the name of it, and now I can't think of it. So yeah, Montreal was a good episode too. All of these are great episodes. I just can't even talk enough about the show. It's very embarrassing. But okay, so episode 18 is Rio de Janeiro. The one that sticks out to me from this episode, obviously the pancakes, fantastic. We want to try them. But the one thing I really want to try from this episode is the pineapple steak sandwich. I don't
know
even
how I feel about that.
I'm trying to think, make this and then tell me pineapple isn't your new favorite thing in a steak sandwich.
I hate pineapple.
Get a Portuguese roll or a soft hoagie roll and cut it in half. Cook some steak, filet mignon if you have it. Then throw a couple slices of pineapple into the pan to heat it up. Slice up the steak, dip the roll in the pan juices. Now put the pineapple on the steak.
I hate how that is phrased.
And a thick slice of chicken liver pate inside and sprinkle some hot sauce on top. Eat that. Go to bed.
I'm not sure that I'd want to do that either.
I have never tried liver.
It's very irony from what I understand.
Mom loves it.
I fish with it.
Yeah.
It's not a fun consistency.
Yeah. I think I would try it maybe just for this, but I would maybe eat one bite and Mom could have the rest.
Yeah. I might take a small bite. Because I don't like pineapple either.
Well, you're weird, but we still love you.
Well, like I said, never said I wasn't.
Yep.
You can't help it. Fruit is not good and vegetables is where it's at.
Episode 19 is San Francisco. There were a lot of very good things in this episode. San Francisco is a huge, huge melting pot of things. There's like a mega cubana, and then there's Alice Waters' fresh peach crisp or cobbler. Sounds delicious. I'm so in. And then there's Thomas Keller's fried chicken and the Capri, which you cut up a pineapple into little pieces and slice up some black and green olives. Get some pizza dough, stretch it out, pound it with your fist to flatten it, and spread tomato sauce over the dough. This is a pineapple pizza of like different proportions for everybody who hasn't figured it out. Scatter shredded mozzarella cheese on top. If you're funny, you get extra cheese. Then very carefully arrange the pineapple and black olives on top. Pop out the pimentos, only the finest, from the green olives and add those and bake the pizza. The best.
So you don't put the green olives on the pizza?
I think you do. You just take out the pimentos.
Well, if you're chopping it up, just chop them up all together and sprinkle it on. Save you some time.
Yep.
Actually, like fruit and cheese like that is
I like apples and cheese, and I like grapes and cheese. I just don't like pineapple. And I really wish I did because it's so pretty. It's
Pineapple's
such a pretty
delicious.
fruit, but I'm just like, not a
I
fan.
think that pineapple pizza might actually be good.
Yeah. I think it sounds good.
The only issue
There's
is
a
pineapple.
whole different flavor thing.
Yeah.
It eats you back.
I was going to say, it eats you back. Yeah, like we used to have it
really
at school.
does.
I got
would
told
eat it.
once if I was
It's bad.
if I was a fruit, I'd be a pineapple.
That sounds right.
And I was like, why? And they're like, because it eats you back.
Yep.
It's kind of,
It's also
feisty like that. And I was
you
like,
can use it as a shield for dragons.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? They flamethrowered a pineapple and it didn't burn. So they made a shield out of the pineapple skin. And they took like the flamethrower to the shield and it didn't burn.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did not see that.
Pineapple, dragon safe.
Wild. So episode 20 is Singapore, and there are 4 recipes here. All of it sounds good. But my favorite one, specifically just because of the name, is the Silent Killer, which is called a Singapore sling. It's a sandwich. And no, it's not. Yes, it is.
It's a drink.
Is it a drink? I can't find. There's the recipe. It is a drink. I'm so sorry.
Start with the booze.
Yep, there it is. The Silent Killer. And then there was a picture of pork. I skipped ahead one, but this is, look at that sandwich.
I know. It
You
looks
would not
so
eat the crap out of
good.
that. My gosh.
That puts me in mind of the rednecker.
Oh, man, that thing's good
But
too.
that's called the pork singer. That sounds really, really good. And then we're going to go, I'm sorry, there were 22 episodes. I said 21. Oops. Episode 21 is Mississippi Delta. And there's a couple of recipes here. We're going to do a fried bologna sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Chicken fried lobster tails.
Ooh.
That sounds ridiculous.
Kind of weird. But also, I want to try it.
I think
I
it
would
would be
try
better
that
than normal
probably.
lobster tails because those things don't really taste like much, in my opinion. Too expensive, also.
I don't agree.
You know what's
I mean,
funny
I've
about
never ate-
lobster? It
never
used to
ate
be
lobster.
poor people food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like we're not going to eat those weird water bugs, and now it's expensive. What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, water bugs.
How the turns
but they
have
have
tabled.
a recipe in here that I think I would like. Parmesan basil mayonnaise.
Oh, on the honey roasted turkey
You'd eat it by the
sandwich?
spoonful.
I probably
She
would.
grosses me out so much with mayonnaise.
Is that
I
on the-
like mayonnaise,
is that
and
on the
she
sandwich?
takes it
Yes.
too far.
The honey roasted turkey sandwich.
It looks delicious.
Oh,
I would eat the crap out of that. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that there's much from the show I would not eat. Maybe some of the bug things, but
I'd eat a bug.
If Phil can do it, I guess I can too.
I'm pretty sure I have ate a bug. Not intentionally, but you know.
Definitely choked on them.
I have choked on them, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think it's kind of funny that pineapples grow in Hawaii with all those volcanoes. They're probably protecting themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dragon safe.
Yep. Dragon safe. So the final episode is in Hawaii. And again, everything looks great. So there's like a fisherman ahi poke. And then we have a pineapple strawberry plantation iced tea. And I really, really, really want to make this drink. Like really, really, really. This one doesn't have alcohol in it, but you could easily do so. So, you know, it can be done.
Zach, there's a chicken and waffle recipe.
Yes, that is the last recipe in here. And when I tell you, everything about Hawaii looks delicious. That is not a lie.
They had chicken and waffles in Hawaii. I don't remember seeing that on any of the menus. I feel like I missed out.
Yeah, you probably did because you went to touristy spots, didn't you?
I went to Mauna Kea and Kauai. Not super touristy. Yeah. Well, but maybe I just missed it. I don't know.
Probably. I think, let me see here. They're in Kalua Kona. So I don't know where that is in relation. In what?
I can't say it now.
Relativity? In relation?
Relation to
My
that,
gosh. Yeah. I think I need to go home.
Yeah, I've been to Kalua Kona. I just missed this place, apparently. This chicken and waffles place. I don't think I ate there when I went there. Because it's on the other side of where I was staying. It's not very big. You just drive from one side to the other.
It sounds really, really good. And there's like a chili pepper syrup that they make with it. One fresh Hawaiian Thai bird's eye habanero or similar small hot chili pepper. Like, I'm in all the way. All the way. Use the leftover chili pepper syrup in cocktails or sparkling drinks. If skin-on boneless chicken thighs aren't available, use skinless thighs or debone about 3 pounds of whole thighs. And then Hawaiian-style soy sauce is milder and less bitter than any widely available Japanese-style versions. Fun fact. So, and at the end of every episode, Phil has a video chat with his parents and sometimes his wife. And his dad, Max, tells a joke every single time. And it's always very funny. And right up until his dad passes away at some point in the show, then he has other people on to tell him jokes in honor of his dad. And it's like a very cool thing.
That's cute.
Yes, because his dad is like the sweetest little baby old man. Yeah. But he is so feisty. Phil is also like very... Okay. Phil is also very philanthropic. I really almost messed it up again. And
Phil is philanthropic?
Yeah. And he has a ton of nonprofits that you can go onto his website and basically you can click on, I think it's just called nonprofits, like a whole link on his website. And you can go and you can see all of the things that he contributes to, that he supports, that he wants to get the word out about. It's very, very cool. There's nonprofits and community organizations featured in seasons 1 through 4. So Elephant Nature Park in Thailand, The Roots of Music in New Orleans, the Yolkin Project in Mexico City, Row Venice in Venice, Food for Soul in Modena, Italy, Harvest Youth Project in South Africa. And there's like a billion more. But yeah, you can, and he keeps all of those up. And so you can, like, everything that he's collected, wow, I say that weird, but over the last 7 seasons.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's very cool. He puts his own money to all of it, and then he wants other people to, if they are so led. It's very cool. Very, very cool. So anyway, we love Phil. And I don't think I can get away with playing the theme song on here, but It is very catchy. I love it. I sing it.
We can post a link.
Yeah. I sing it heart and soul every single time I watch every single episode. Mom's like, will you skip that? And I'm like, no, I will sing it and you're going to like it. It's so fun. But anyway. So yeah, that's the end of this. Oh, I meant to talk about this in the very beginning. So whenever Phil was putting together this TV show, nobody wanted him to do a TV show that wasn't a sitcom. And he was like, I just want to travel and eat food. Like, that's all I want to do. Because he was done, like, doing all of that stuff. And so finally he talked to PBS, and PBS gave him 6 episodes, I think. And the show is called I'll Have What Phil's Having. And so he called his brother. His brother is his main producer. And they rib each other the entire show. It's very funny. But his brother's name is Richard, and he called his brother. And he was like, I want you to quit your job and come work with me on this. Like, this is what I want to do. And he's like, who gave you a show? What are they going to call it? The Lucky Bastard? And so he says, so he goes on to say that Phil and his brother, they made their own production company, and it's literally called Lucky Bastards. Is that not
I love
so
that.
funny?
That is pretty fun.
Yeah. That's the way life should be, though.
Yes,
I mean, it really is.
I love how he just called, you need to quit your job. We're doing this now.
Yep. Yeah. Because they both went into the film industry, which is very, very funny. They're just such a funny dynamic. Like, they're definitely brothers. There's one of the first episodes, he's doing a conference with his parents, and he goes, I noticed you haven't asked about Richard. Do you just not care about him anymore? And his parents are like, what? And he goes, it's okay.
I don't blame you. I am the better one.
we just won't tell him, even though he's standing right here. Like, it's just very funny. So anyway, yeah, if you are a foodie, if you like watching cooking shows or travel shows or both, I mean, it definitely, there is cooking, but they don't really show
how to cook it.
Yeah. They talk about how to cook it. Yes. Yeah. So that, I guess these are all like, there are definitely more recipes and more things that he ate throughout each of the episodes, but these, I guess, were the most requested, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So if you're interested in that, we have it. Yay! And it's also on Netflix if you have Netflix and you're interested in the show. There are 7 seasons. We love that for me.
I want to watch it when I,
Yeah, I have to check it out
in about 4 years when I have time.
Do expect laughter. He is so funny. He's very animated. Like, his face on the book, all of his faces are just cray-cray like that.
Yeah.
But he means them so genuinely. He's never, like, mocking anybody. Mm-hmm. It's literally just...
He can't control his face.
Yeah, he is so happy, and he does not try to hide it. Like...
I have that problem, too.
It's cool.
Except for it's usually disgust or...
Yeah. Yep.
You should see me when Zach talks sometimes. He'll say certain things on here, and I'm like... Like, Mallory will crack up laughing at me.
I will.
And I'm just like, I can't control it. It just happens.
Yep.
It's like when you said one of those books was really good. What was that book? It was one of his nonfiction ones.
Chip Wars.
Yeah,
Chip Wars.
Chip
It was
Wars.
really
Fantastic book.
Oh, you should have seen my face when you said that.
Oh my goodness. So funny. Okay.
Speaking about funny, then, when are we going to do the joke episode?
I don't know, but we've
never
really
worked that in there yet.
We really need to do it.
Yeah.
Really, really. Do we have any final thoughts?
We need to order bagels.
Yeah.
I have to watch this show
We're
now,
definitely going to do that. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so our next couple of episodes, we're going to do Ariel's deep dive pick, which is Manhunt by Gretchen Felker Martin. Then we're going to have a new book chat. And then we're going to have a surprise guest. No peeking. Then we're going to have a Halloween episode. Will we nonfiction or will we not? It's anyone's guess. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. It's time for us to sign off. But before we go, only the best libraries have librarians who won't shush you.